Tomorrow, a short story of hope.
Ria kept a jar on her windowsill labeled for when things change.
It had once held honey.
Now it held scraps, tiny, folded pieces of paper she wrote on during the hardest days.
Rent due.
Phone cut off.
Mum still sick.
Each note was a worry she didn't know how to carry, so she tucked it into the jar like a quiet surrender.
God can deal with it, she'd mutter, half hopeful, half doubtful. Some days it sounded like faith.
Other days, like habit.
Life in her small flat had narrowed to survival.
She worked long shifts at a bakery that smelled warm and comforting, though she rarely felt either. Customers came and went, laughing, chatting, living lives that seemed untouched by the heaviness she carried. Still, every night, she added another note to the jar. One evening, the power went out. The room dropped into darkness so suddenly that Ria froze, her pen hovering over a fresh scrap of paper. Outside, rain tapped insistently against the glass, and somewhere down the street, a car alarm wailed. She sighed, setting the pen down.
Of course, she said into the dark.
Why not add that too? But instead of writing, she lit a candle. The flame flickered to life, small but stubborn, pushing back the shadows just enough. It caught the glass jar, making it glow faintly.
Ria stared at it. How many are in there now? She wondered aloud.
Carefully, she brought the jar closer and unscrewed the lid. One by one, she unfolded the notes.
Rent due. That had been 3 months ago.
She'd managed, barely, but it had been paid. Phone cut off.
She checked her pocket. Still working. Mum still sick. Ria paused.
Her mother wasn't fully well, but she was better.
Laughing again. Calling every Sunday. Ria's hands slowed. There were more notes. Dozens.
Each one a moment that had felt impossible at the time. Each one now, different. Not erased, not magically perfect, but changed, carried, somehow made lighter. She sat back, the candlelight dancing across her face.
I forgot, she whispered.
Not that the problems had existed, those she remembered well, but that they hadn't defeated her. That something, somehow, had met her in those moments and brought her through. Her eyes drifted to the blank scrap still waiting on the table.
This time, she picked up the pen and hesitated. Then she wrote,
I'm tired of being afraid. She folded the note and held it for a moment before placing it gently into the jar. But instead of closing the lid right away, she bowed her head.
I don't need everything fixed overnight, she said softly. I just need to know you're still here.
The candle flickered, then steadied.
Nothing dramatic happened.
No sudden voice, no rush of answers.
But something inside her shifted, subtle, like a knot loosening.
The next morning, Ria woke to sunlight streaming through the window.
The power had come back during the night.
Her phone buzzed with a message from her manager. Can you come in early?
We're short-staffed.
She almost groaned, until she noticed the second message. Also, we need to talk. Something good. At the bakery, flour dusted the air like soft snow. Her manager pulled her aside, smiling. You've been holding this place together, he said.
We want to promote you.
More hours, better pay, if you're up for it. Ria blinked.
Yes.
Yes, I am.
It wasn't a lightning bolt miracle.
It didn't solve everything in a single moment. But as she walked home later, the world felt different. Not because it had changed overnight, but because she had remembered something she'd nearly lost.
That hope isn't always loud.
Sometimes it's a quiet accumulation of small mercies.
A bill paid. A voice on the phone. A door opening just when you need it. That evening, she stood by the window again. The jar was still there.
But this time, she added something new. A fresh note, written carefully, deliberately.
Thank you for what I cannot yet see.
She placed it inside, closed the lid, and smiled. Not because everything was certain, but because she knew she wasn't facing it alone. She knew God is there, watching over her all the time. And for the first time in a long while, that was enough, and she said tomorrow surely brings hope.